Greetings and welcome to the Magnolia, the show that is dedicated to image, brand, and business culture. I'm Nyda Bittmann-Neville, your host. And as you can see, I've got a beautiful landscape behind me. And today I want to talk with you about spring and what really spring does to all of us, no matter really where we are geographically located. Spring is a time of renewal. You know, we have been hidden underneath dark clothes, coats, possibly hats, boots, gloves for numerous months now. And everybody is thrilled when springtime comes. And first I want to share with you just a few quotes that I found from the internet today about spring. April prepares her green traffic light and the world says, go. Everything is blooming most recklessly. If it were voices instead of colors, there would be an unbelievable shrieking in the heart of the night. Spring shows what God can do with a drab and dirty world. And the last, if you've never been thrilled to the very edges of your soul by a flower in spring bloom, maybe your soul has never been in bloom. And a lot of us are probably still thinking about, oh, I can't wait for spring to be here. And all of a sudden it seems like you look out the window and the trees, such as you see behind me, are in bloom. The flowers, which I'm going to share with you in just a moment, are just in full bloom. And it really is a time of renewal. Spring is a wonderful time for you to begin to look at making yourself bloom, if you will. It's time to shed the sort of dark, drab clothing that we may have been wearing all winter long and putting on those wonderful spring colors. You'll remember several shows ago I showcased all of the spring colors, so if you happen to miss it, please go back and you can just click on and check out www.themagnolia.tv and just look for the Spring 2010 color palette and you'll see the beautiful colors for spring. Turquoise, of course, being the main color, the #1 color for 2010 spring and summer color palette, but you can see there's some beautiful colors. And if you just think about the spring leading into summer, the colors we see right out in the landscape. And so in a moment I'm going to share with you this gorgeous azalea, this beautiful landscape, and just to get your mind thinking about, I need to bloom. I need to start thinking about blossoming in the way that I communicate, blossoming in the way that I present my thoughts and ideas, blossoming my leadership skills and capabilities. It's now time to bloom.
Spring. Spring is a beautiful time of the year, just like this gorgeous azalea, which is just flooded with red blossoms. They're alive, they're fragrant, they're bright. And here in the planter box, we have creeping flock and golden mop. And as part of the landscape, you can start to see that the beautiful greenery is beginning to grow, and the little sidewalk grasses. Just look at the growth. We're starting to see the gorgeous, brilliant green growth. And as we span the rest of the yard, the rest of the landscape, we can see that everything is coming to life. And in the spring, so do we begin to shed that winter coat and began to look at bright colors. And as we scan up, we can see again, look at that Japanese red maple. And we have in the background a Stephen holly tree, which is just blooming with buds. The landscaping was done by Bear Creek Design in North Carolina. And they have created what I will say a master.
You've been listening and watching The Magnolia. I'm Nyda Bittmann-Neville, your host.